timing chain tensioner in diesel Mercedes. My Mercedes is 2010 ML 350 with OM642 engine. Same engine is in a lot of Mercedes, ML, GL, R-Class, starting from I think 2007 and going till up to 2015 or 16. So same engine. At this, what problem I had? I had problem at the startup every morning. I had chain rattle for 1-2 seconds, no more than that. Then during the day, when like I start in the morning, go to work, if car stayed less than 8 hours without running, I wouldn't hear any chain rattling at the startup. But if it stayed over 8 hours overnight, I always heard chain rattling at the startup. I did a lot of research like you doing right now on Google, forums, YouTube. Everyone was saying you need to replace timing chain, timing chain. Looked already bunch of videos how to replace timing chain, and I was like, oh my god, that's a big job. But I was like, you know, for me it was weird that I would start the car in the morning, had the chain rattling, then if drive somewhere, if car stayed few hours only, I wouldn't hear chain rattling, would start fine. Only if it stayed over like 8 hours, 7-8 hours without running. So I started, I was like, probably it's a stretch chain, but I also did some research on European forums, and they were saying that this engine very reliable. Chain lasts like 500,000 kilometers, which is 300,000 miles. So I was like, mine has only 100 at that time, 162,000 miles. So I was like, okay, let me start with chain tensioner. Ordered tensioner, original from Mercedes. I ordered online from some Mercedes dealership in Arizona. Paid like, I don't remember, 148 or so. Install it myself. You will right now. Okay, this video I'm recording maybe like a month after I installed timing chain tensioner, and I don't need to replace timing chain. Tensioner, it was a problem. After replacing that, no issues at all at the startup. Even with current coronavirus, car stayed one time like 5 days without running at all. Starts right away, no chain rattling, nothing. The problem is tensioner. Timing chain tensioner, I think I have it here somewhere, or maybe I trashed it already, but you will see in the video I'm showing there how timing chain tensioner was falling apart and didn't hold pressure, and so to install it definitely takes hour the most, 1 hour. But you need to take a front right tire off, take a not a fender, a liner off, and just get a correct exhaust. Enjoy video and post me some comments if you have any questions regarding procedure. Where did I order parts? Just shoot some comments and subscribe. Thank you. Replacing timing chain tensioner. So that's the new one. That's the new one, Mercedes, and that's the old one. It's came out like that, completely stretched. But the most interesting part, look, with one hand I can disassemble. So it's completely worn. That's why I had chain rattling at the startup. Now I got in another problem. I cannot, it's right there in the angle. I was trying to put it in, but it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. You need to press it, because with chain tensioner you actually pressing guide and at the same time turning. So that's how it looks like. I disassembled. I took the front right tire off, took this cover to have better access. Now I have better angle. I should be able to push it through here. Couldn't do it from top. Of course Mercedes technicians would do it. I'm doing first time. Couldn't do in this angle. from the top. Didn't want to strip block because I would get in even bigger trouble. So decided to take this one and try from this angle. Will let you have you. Okay, update. I was able to put a tensioner in. Took me honestly like an hour. So what I would recommend you, how to do this tension, just learn from my mistakes. So it's actually shouldn't be that long, it's like an hour. Now if I would have to do second time, I would do it in less than an hour. So you take in this air intake, this piece hose here, then you cut couple zip ties to make this loosen, taking front tire off, taking the shield off. There is a sensor that stays like that right there. It's a piece of metal. You cannot disassemble it, just like basically I would say it's welded there. So I just push it out of the way, bend it. Would have to bend it back now. It's not important. That piece, it just hold this sensor together, not sensor, this connection together. But by doing that, I have a perfect shot to go like this. And the most difficult part, it has to go in the right angle. If you go a little bit to this side or that side to this side, it doesn't want to go in at all. That's why I spent so much time. Right after I bent this piece of metal and I got straight shot angle like this, basically I was able to, like, first couple turns didn't want it to go, but then I was able to go exactly right in. Now I have to tighten perfectly. So learn from my mistakes and my time. Don't try to do it from the top. If you're doing first time or you haven't done it in a long time, just make yourself easier. You're gonna save actually time by just taking the tire off, taking the splash shield off, bending this piece of metal. I will show you how easy it is. It's just like this, up, and you have it back. It's supposed to be bent in this way, so this connection goes like that. It's not very important part. Yeah, just gonna tie it a little bit more to 80 Newton meters. I don't know, it's foot-pounds. I don't know how much, need to Google it right now. 80 Newton meters, that's in Mercedes repair manual. And then assemble everything back together.